How many of you know someone who is diagnosed with cystic fibrosis? Many of you might not even know what it is, let alone that there are quite a few different mutations of the gene itself. This is what I'm going to be talking to you about today. According to aboutcysticfibrosis.org, there is about 1,000 people who are diagnosed with CF each year. That's about 2 to 3 people a day. That's quite a few, and I happen to be one of them. To compare to the world, that's approximately 70,000 people who are living with cystic fibrosis worldwide. I'll be giving you more information about what all cystic fibrosis is, the most common type, and also what it's like to be living with it. Now that I've told you what I'm going to be talking to you about today, I'm going to be giving you more information on what exactly CF is. Cystic fibrosis is a life-threatening genetic disease that causes constant infections in the lungs and ongoingly limits the ability to breathe. It is inherited by both your mom and your dad, which means both parents need to have the CF gene in order for you to be born with it. And it affects the two major organs, which is the lungs and the pancreas. Some symptoms of cystic fibrosis include having salty skin, which dogs absolutely love, having a persistent cough, lung infections, wheezing and shortness of breath, having poor growth, and male infertility. The deeper you go into figuring out cystic fibrosis is when you realize that there are many different mutations of the gene itself, which brings me to my next point. There are more than 1,800 mutations, and knowing what type of gene you or someone else that you know has enables you to know the severity of the disease. The most common mutation is the F508 gene. It is the one I was born with, and fortunately with this mutation, it is mild severity. Though it's still bad, it's not as bad as it could be. Knowing what gene you have and the severity of it also determines how you will live with it. There are many treatments out there that can help someone stay healthy that has this disease. One is airway clearance. With cystic fibrosis, your airways get blocked by thick, sticky mucus. This is where airway clearance comes in. The vest is one, and it's a big machine where you strap on a Velcro vest and you hook it up to this giant machine. When you turn it on, the vest fills with air and it starts to shake you. This enables the mucus to break up and loosen, which you're then able to cough out, which is good because you don't want that inside of you. Just a simple pounding of the back, though, can do the trick. There is also inhaled medication along with oral medication to help not only loosen the mucus but also fight infections and subside your coughing. These treatments help keep someone like myself staying healthy. Today you've learned that CF is a genetic disease from mutated genes and affects 2 to 3 people a day or 1,000 people a year. The most common defective CF gene is the F508 gene, and doctors have made it very possible to keep all CF patients healthy with the use of many treatments like the vest and inhaled medications. So the next time you hear someone say they have cystic fibrosis, hop in on the conversation. Since I've told you a lot about cystic fibrosis, you'll be able to have a great conversation with them and get to know even more about it. Thank you.